Kiara McCourt. I'm Frank's granddaughter. When I remember my grandpa, the first thing that comes to mind is the wisdom and guidance that he shared with me throughout my life. I also appreciated that he was never afraid to speak his mind. One of the few things that he would always say to me was that he thought that the world should stick all teenagers on an island and leave them there until they gained some knowledge of what was going on. I especially recall the time that he came to my 8th grade class at Browns River Middle School in Vermont. At this particular reading, he spoke to the students. Before he did, he turned to Miss Finch, my librarian, who was in love with him, like most librarians. And he said, "You know, Miss Finch, I have to say that the librarian is probably the easiest job in the world. All you have to say is one word, and that's shh." She cracked up, and so did I. His talk was intended to be a serious literary lecture to the young, instead of which it turned out to be a comedy series. He began, "I know what's on your mind," pointing to my fellow students. "Sex and drugs." The class responded with hysterics. "Either that or you're hungry, because you're always hungry. Matter of fact, you eat your parents out of house and home. And if you're not hungry, then you're horny." Now, isn't that the truth? He got their attention. Suddenly, my board's classmates' blank stares turned to broad smiles. They expected the adult know-it-all preacher, but instead, they got the comedian of the year, my grandpa. For my grandpa believed that there is no greater sin in life than being boring. "Nothing worse," he said, "than to sit on your porch, your Irish shawl wrapped around you at 90, with rousing songs to sing and no tales to tell." Another fond memory was the daily emails between me and my grandpa. We would recount our special adventures, secret thoughts, terrible troubles, anything that was on our minds. His email would always begin, "Dear favorite granddaughter." May I point out that I'm the only granddaughter? "How are you? What's up today in the world of the teenager?" He was always interested in what was up in my life and the world of the teenager. His advice was, "You'll make $1 million someday from these sorrows. So do as I did. Write down your fears, your feelings, your troubles, your heartbreaks, because the whole world, Kiara, needs to know what's happening in the mind of our young." Well, thank you, Grandpa, for loving me unconditionally, accepting me unconditionally with total love and laughter, for always keeping a spice in my life, for never leaving me during troubles, during anything. So in keeping with his philosophy, I'd like to read a poem that he once sent me over one of our emails. It was called Desiderata, and it's by Max Erham. I loved it, and so did he. "Go placidly amid the noise and the haste, and remember what peace there may be in silence. As far as possible, without surrender. Be on good terms with all people. Enjoy your achievements as well as your plans. Keep interested in your own life. However, how humble it is a real possession. In the changing fortunes of time, take kindly the counsel of the years, gracefully surrendering the things of youth. Nurture strength of spirit to shield you in sudden misfortune, but do not distress yourself with imaginings. Many fears are born of fatigue and loneliness. Beyond a welcome discipline, be gentle with yourself. You are the child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here, and whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. Therefore, be at peace with God, whatever you conceive him to be, and whatever labors your aspirations. In the noisy confusions of life, keep peace with your own soul. With all its shame, drudgery, and broken dreams, it is still a beautiful world. Be cheerful and strive to be happy, as Grandpa always did. Thank you.